This is livehiphopdaily.tv.
Welcome back to the Plug Radio. We are back in the building. Make sure you are tuned in live. We are on live Facebook Live, so make sure you keep it locked at the Plug Radio ATL. We are here with our guest, the one and only Young LA. What's going on, man?
What's up?
What it do? We in here, man.
All right.
Know.
Yeah.
Live Hip Hop Daily, man.
Most definitely. For the people that don't know you, plug them in. Don't know who you are.
Man, Young LA. Those who don't know me, big singles coming out the gate on the start of everything. My first single, Ain't I? Second single was Futuristic Love with Rico Barrino. Spent a lot of time on the Grand Hustle label. A lot of time with Interscope. From Atlanta, Georgia. All my fans who been following me, I know y'all really know that. But for those who don't, it's the kid, Young LA, Futuristic Leland. Let's get it.
Yeah, y'all better know if y'all don't know Young LA, because if you ever heard Ain't I, it's still pop.
It's still pop. Played in the club.
It's still pop. I play it every time. It's still pop. It rock.
Yeah, that's one of them forever, man. You know what I mean? Real staple in the game. I felt like it helped being the culture of the Atlanta sound. At a time where it really wasn't sounding like that. Kind of broke some barriers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
definitely.
trendsetter Leland Austin in the building. Yee.
Well, we gonna get into the transition of the music definitely a little bit later. I would love to get your opinion on that.
Okay,
but we're gonna start from the very, very, very beginning for the people that don't know
Start from the
you
top.
and who you are and how you grew
get it,
up
get
and
it.
your cousins and shit. We're gonna get in all your business,
Let's
okay?
get it,
So
let's get it.
let the people know how you initially got into music.
For real, just something I always had a passion for. Since a youngin. For real, I just started in Atlanta, man. My grind started with open mics and just being out and just being visible. You know what I'm saying? People being able to locate me, being from Thomasville Heights, right there on Moreland Avenue. Moreland and McDonough, right there by the penitentiary. And I think that's big in Atlanta. Like, when people can locate you and really know that you from a place, that goes a long way because you have a staple in the community.
Yep.
I had a staple in the community first, you know what I'm saying? And that just spread it from my music. I used to do the open mics. We used to walk from Thomasville right there to the old Libra when it was on Moreland. Back then, Gucci, a lot of people, SYS, Zaytoven, a lot of people who have went on to do some great things for the culture of Atlanta, started in these same places. And I just used to go. That passion just drove me. I used to just do open mics. And, I mean, that's how I got started. Like, that's how I met Zay. That's how I met Guwop. That's how I met a lot of different artists who was already moving, producers who was already, making their name and making their staple. And bro, I just go anywhere and I just perform. You know what I'm saying? And then it kind of got contagious. You feel me? When people kept seeing me, I had records that was working in the clubs. Before the deal, before anything, I just was putting in a lot of lead work. Coco Loco, if you know about that, it's a hole in the wall on Moreland Club, Crucial, the hole in the wall. I was just doing every spot right there because I felt like that's where the neighborhood was, and if I feel like if your record can break in them spots, those are tough crowd.
Yeah, that's definitely tough crowd.
So if you can break right there, I mean, the rest of it is easy for real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, so that's the route I took, man. So that's why I think open mics are real important. Just getting out, meeting your DJs where you from. Can't do everything at one time, but get your neighborhood or get where you from and get you a followings right there and just start from there and it builds up.
Right. We ask a lot of artists that question, like, how important is the relationship between the DJ and the artist?
For me, man, it's very important. I mean, in my career, at the end of the day, that's your support system. I feel like, DJ drops and being cordial with DJs, meet and greets with DJs, and just having a good resume with DJs goes a long way. Because even when you're not popping or had the hottest song in the club, or they still will support you and support your grind, support your movement, and keep you going, you know what I'm saying? Keep your music in circulation, And so I think that's something I did, you know what I'm saying? I had a good resume with a lot of DJs, and they made the Ain't I record and records before that, like I Got It, produced by Zaytoven. First I Fall Back, then I Lean Down, featuring Young Ralph. Before the Grand Hustle days, the DJs really made those records, and it was because I was active with the DJs. They seen my face damn near every week, or every time they were doing an open mic, I was right back, right there, you know what I'm saying? And I was politicking with them, you know what I'm saying? And so I built my relationship with the DJs, and I think that went a long way.
Yeah, most definitely.
All right, well, at what point in your career, or even before your career started, I could say, at what point did you say, this is something that I really want to take to the next level? I'm good. Not your friends telling you was good. You realizing you was good and like, you know what, this is something that I need to pursue as a career. When was that moment for you?
For me, it was in high school. Around 16 or 17, I really started to just be real active with it. Like I say, I met Zaytoven, I was probably 17 years old. And I mean, this is something that I wanted to do. And I started to take it really serious. Like, you know, once people seen my grind and respected my craft and seen the talent in me and believed in what I was doing, it really let me know, and it just gave me confirmation on what I already felt. And that confirmation was great fuel for me at that age, you know what I'm saying? And from that point on, for real, my mind was made up. Like, on a professional level, like me working with a producer like Zaytoven at that time, they had like him and Gucci was doing a lot of stuff. So Icy was probably one of the biggest records in the city.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, just to be in that arena with Zaytoven, it let me know that I had reached that pinnacle and it was for real. And so from that day on, it was like, it wasn't no more leisure. Like, I still took it serious at first, but I felt like, okay, we here now. You feel me? And so that's when it was for me. I think like 16, 17, you know, it was always something I like to do. But at that age, once I met Zay, it was like, okay, this is what I'm doing. Let's go. Let's hit the gas.
Zaytoven get a lot of plug. We got to get Zaytoven on the show.
I was going to say, we got to
get a lot of plug.
Yeah, man. I mean, legend just shaped the culture. I mean, and
absolutely. Just
the way he rocks and deal with independent artists, not even artists that's major artists and artists with buzz. He treat every artist like the same, and he'll give you that opportunity. If he feel like you talented, then I mean, can't nobody else tell him nothing. He'll definitely rock with you, and I think you don't get that from a lot of producers that's in his position. You know? So that way that he embraces the streets, I think that's what has stapled him in this community of Atlanta. Dope guy, man. That's my brother.
So what would you say are a couple of your influences, like coming up, you know, doing music?
Starting off, my auntie Jo. You know, she was an artist. Her and her friend named Shorty. And they used to just do hip hop when I was younger. Like, they had like a real hip hop style, you know. You know, they from Long Island. Like, my mama and all them, they from up top, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
They born in Long Island, Freeport. And she had a big influence on me. Like, she liked Jamaican music, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So she was big on them Jamaican DVDs when they used to do the battle rapping and all that. Like, I used to watch that as a youngin', you know what I'm saying? And just music was introduced to me for real, the hip hop culture, through my auntie. And then from there, I just was in love with music. I mean, Outkast, big influence on me. The Brat was a big influence on me. That whole movement she had with JD. I remember the tape, when the cassette motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? And I used to write people words down, bro. Like, if I liked the artist real bad, come home from school, I got down, rewind the tape however many times to learn the words. Like, I was writing my own raps until I knew that shit word for word. You know what I'm saying? And that's what, you know what I'm saying? So
that'd be great when you get an album, they got the words in them.
Man, it got the words in them. So I mean, like I say, man, definitely Outkast, for me being from Atlanta, they played a big part too. You know what I'm saying? They whole movement and what they did, I was very inspired by that, you know, and how they moved and their creativity. Just the uniqueness to be outside the box, you know what I'm saying?
Right. That's what everybody, we appreciate that from Outkast, that nobody sounds like Outkast.
Right. So they were so unique and so dope with they whole come across, and that's something I took in, like, with my approach. I wanted to, when I came out, I didn't want to look like nobody, I didn't want to sound like nobody. And I feel like I set a lot of trends, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I broke a lot of barriers, you know what I'm saying? I think the sound now is very cultural now. I don't think people understood what I was doing when I first came out. It was so new and so fresh that people had to catch on to it. You know, I was telling one of my buddies, they was like, I was talking to Nard and B, they produced Futuristic Love. And nigga B was like, bro, you were bold as hell, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it was just the dare to be different and be unique and being comfortable in my own skin.
And it worked.
You know what I'm saying? And it definitely worked. And I mean, I seen the trend just trickle down. And I mean, I still see it now. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? That's dope. You know what I'm saying? That's what keeps me going. That's what keeps me driving. You know what I'm saying? To do what I love to do. You know what I'm saying? To know that I definitely made a staple in the game. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. So where were you at when you heard your first song on the radio? Where were you at? What was you doing? What was the song? How was your reaction?
It was I was
Piped
still.
up. You got piped
He was
up.
piped up.
I was actually in the project, bro. I'm from Tomerville Heights. If y'all know anything about that corner of Moreland, right across the street from the drive-in, them brick apartments right there with that black gate around it, like
Talking about the stars. That called the stars.
Starlight, right
That's
across
it.
the street,
Yeah.
right on that corner. Shout out to Tomerville, shout out to everybody on that end, 4 season. You know what I'm saying? That's where I came up at. But during the time when I first got with Grand Hustle, I was still making that transition from being driving to my dream and still being in the struggle too, you know what I'm saying, but working though, and doing something that I love to do. So I was so once the Ain't I record got going, I was actually in Tomerville, and my buddy pulled up and he was playing in the parking lot, and like it was a big commotion about that because everybody outside, people had already heard the record.
That was before the remix.
That was before the remix, that was a country, Big Country King.
Right.
Shout out to Big Country, my brother, know what I'm saying, brother for life. Showed me a lot of love. Actually learned the ropes from country, just being on the road. I did a lot of spectating and just sitting back and learning the game and just being a student. But people had already heard the single. The song was already popping. I mean, it was in every club. You was hearing it on the club, but when the remix dropped in and hear it on the radio, it was just like, man, we here. And to some time down, some months later, to see the video on 106 and Park, it was a big deal for me. I was actually in the studio recording when the video came on.
That's what's up.
So me and Dro running around, everybody piped up like, yo, you know what I'm saying? It was a big deal.
Everybody turn the TVs on. Turn the motherfucking TVs on.
I was calling everybody like, hey, baby, we here. You know what I'm saying? And man, I just seen, my grind just manifest. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So when did the remix come into play?
The remix came into play after the first version, because we had country on the first one, and I mean that motherfucker just was in the club, bro. I mean,
I can imagine.
The first one was dope too. Like before the
remix came out, it was already like everywhere through Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Every DJ had it. Like I say, I was pulling up. I was winning all the fucking open mics with that record. Like I was going up. Like I say, crucial. Everywhere I was pulling up, it had them became before it got to the DJs. It was a culture in the neighborhood already first. Yeah. So that record had legs. That's how that record went so far on Billboard and to become a double, 2-3 times platinum single, because I mean it had that foundation, you know what I'm saying, and that was dope. But when the remix came, politics in the game, I was around one of the biggest artists, still to this day, still out the city to ever do it, T.I. One of the most talented and most lyrical guys, Young Dro, that I think I seen, and
because that wasn't too long after Shoulder Lean.
That was like the next one, like one of the biggest records on that label. If you go look it up, bigger than Shoulder Lean was Ain't I, you know what I'm saying? And I think it was another record that Tip had, but to make that staple. But like I say, the record was already so far gone, and I just was in a state of just appreciation that Tip and Dro even wanted to be a part of the record. It wasn't nothing that I asked. It was something that they felt like it was suitable for that situation. And I came in the studio, they blessed the record, and it was like, I mean, that feeling, just for the king to just, I mean, I grew up listening to Tip, all the PSC in the streets, and man, 24s and so many records, Dope Boys in the Trap, like we grew up on it, and to have the king bless that record, man, that was big for me. So I felt like he recognized my grind, and he seen my grind, my work ethic, and he respected the talent level, and hey, it was history after that.
Well, look, we got this new track that we're gonna play a little bit later. You do have some new things in flourishing, and then we do want to talk a little bit more about your transition, what you have been doing since the Ain't I track, and the progress and the different tapes that you have released since then.
Okay.
And the new project, of course.
Okay.
Heard you got a lot of things going on.
Man,
a lot of new music.
Man, never stop working, man. I'm a real LA fan, the diehard fans. Y'all been seeing the grind over the years. Whether on the mainstream level, on the underground level, work is work, you know what I'm saying, and you stay consistent, and that's what I've been doing, just staying consistent with my craft. You know what I'm saying? Just feeding my fan base. This is something I love to do. So I'm gonna be doing this with, you know, whether I'm in the mainstream, underground level. This what I do. I love to do this, so I'm gonna always be doing this. So shout out to the real Young LA fans who've been following the way. Drip, let's get it.
All right, well, we're going to get on to his business after the break. Of course, like we said earlier today, we do have 3 leaked videos from 3 unsigned artists. So we're going to get into the second leaked video. It's this lovely young lady. She's from the UK. I think her name is Abri.
Okay.
And she's fucking gorgeous, and I love the song. So you guys
tour.
Check it out. It's a little bit different. I told y'all we're going to go on a little world tour.
Okay, we're
going. Let's get it.
UK.
We're going to UK.
We're going to the motherfucking UK.
Well, let's get it.
So we're going to get into the leak video, and then we're going to take a short break, and then we'll be back with Young LA. It's your girl, Carrie Michelle, DJ Kylissimo, LiveHipHopDaily.tv. The plug.
Say tour.
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 That's that up north shit. Don't
gotta
do
put that curve on it. Tour. Tour,
we'll be back, y'all. LiveHipHopDaily.tv.
Keep it plugged. Get it. Radio, we are back in the building. DJ Kylissimo, Carrie Michelle. We are here with our special guest, Young LA is in the building. Second part of the interview. What's going on, Young LA?
In the building, in here like swimming well, just cooling, man.
Yeah. Swimming in here.
So
just
swimming.
No, you said dripping earlier.
Yeah, just swimming. Just swimming, man. Oh, swimming. You got to put
swim.
Swimming.
Swim. Just like I was talking about me earlier. Swim.
Okay.
There we
go. Swimming, man.
But we are back, LiveHipHopDaily.tv. So we're going to get all into your business now.
Biz naive.
All in your biz naive for the Atlanta watchers. But so you're not with Grand Hustle anymore? No more Interscope.
No more Interscope.
So you are indie
artist. Yep.
So how do you like this whole indie artist movement that you're doing now versus when you were signed to a major?
I like it because I get to control like my grind and what I do as far as how I put out my projects, when I put out my projects, when I drop, what I choose to put out my music and stuff like that. I'm a major artist that's on an indie grind, you know what I'm saying? So my name still stapled. So I did the hard part already, you know what I'm saying? I broke myself. I broke myself as an international artist, not just in America, overseas, you know. Right. And so right now it's dope to have that status and to be an indie artist, you know. Yeah. So it makes the indie grind a little bit easier for me, but I love the indie grind because it's tenacious. You can attack, like you have more control, more hands-on, and you really control your destiny, you know what I'm saying? As long as you're ready to amp your leg work up, you know what I'm saying? Because now you don't have the machines on you that the majors have. So that means you have to increase your leg work, your networking, the things that you're doing. You have to stay active. You got to be 2 or 3 times more active than when you're with a major, because stuff gets done in your sleep when you're with a major, you know. So with the indie grind, man, it's just more control, and I just like having that creative control, you know.
I hear that from a lot of artists. They like that creative control.
Right.
Yeah, definitely gonna need that. Yeah.
Yep. So I mean, it's dope. It's dope, like I say, being an internationally known artist, and just with this independent grind, you know, I seen it on the major scale with the major labels. I you know, I was a student of the game, and so everything, all the knowledge that I learned and everything that I seen happen at the majors, as far as knowing how to operate, and like you saying, the stuff that you need to be, stuff like being cordial with the DJs, keeping good relationships, being on time, all these kind of things like that you learn as a artist on the major label. I took all those same things and just applied them to everything I'm doing now. So I mean, it's dope for me.
Absolutely. So look, you got this new.
You touched on. I'm sorry, Karen.
Go ahead, baby. Go ahead.
I'm glad you touched on being on time. Like you on Lauryn Hill, your shows. Like
nah, for real. I mean, that's something, bro, that got broke in with me. Like, I mean, that shit stuck with me, bro. I mean, to this day, I'm like, I gotta be here. I mean, it's just, it's something you pick up on once it's expected of you for so long, you pick up on it, and then you kind of see the importance of it. You know what I'm saying? When you got to do radio interviews early in the morning, or in New York, and you had to go see Angela Yeedham and all those people was up there, you got to be up out the hotel. You know, 5:45, you up. You got to be. It's on point, and you was on a. You know, you had to be at this venue next when you left the radio station, and it was. You know, you really had to have your timing together, and then you know that shit stuck with me. Make people respect your grind, respect your business, respect you as a professional. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Time is money. So all my artists, man, being on time is a big thing in this industry. You know what I'm saying? That shit take you a long way.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I definitely agree. It is always appreciated here on the show. We appreciate you being on time today. Thank you.
Hey, we in the building. We in the building. We in the building. We in the building.
We appreciate it.
We in the building.
So look, you have a large catalog of music, of course, but then now you have the new single that you are pushing, Win.
Yes,
So let's talk about the difference in the sound of the music from when you first came out to now. What do you think is the progression of your music?
I mean, you just hear that I've been perfecting my craft. I mean, you hear the growth as an artist in the delivery. It still has the LA in it, the repetitive hooks and the club street feel. But more content in the verses, more lyrical. For me, you hear the confidence. You hear you hear the delivery has just got richer and it has definitely matured. And that comes with just perfecting your craft and being at something so long. You know what I'm saying? It's just that's what happens. And I mean, I'm a fan of the new sound. It's not really a new sound to me. Like you go back to the Gangsta Grill I had with DJ Drama, the Lamborghini Leland. I showcased it. I mean, I showcased a lot of lyrical content, a lot of ability on that. So people try to box me in as a swag rapper or whatever, but I'm way broader than that. I showed that throughout my career. I always been able to switch up my sounds. I always been versatile, and I think I'm showing that on this Win track.
I appreciate that sound, like the sound you have from A9. Like I was hoping I was gonna hear more of that from other artists, but they kind of went the other way with it.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. They I think they branched off the sound and they just other people just different. Every artist is a different individual, so every artist has a different spin that they put on. You know what I'm saying? But I think that sound was the foundation. I think it opened the door for, like you say, they try to call it swag rapping or whatever it was, finesse or finesse sound. But I mean, people just took it and put their spin on it, and I still hear the sound and still hear it to this day. You know what I'm saying? Probably different spins on it. But shout out to everybody who just made the sound a culture, and now the sound is bigger than ever. I mean, even with the Black Boy White Boy mixtape that me and Dro dropped, I mean, that was cultural. The sound of the music, it was just changing the game at that time, and I mean, it just started a whole nother wave. So shout out to everybody in Atlanta, man, who just keeping the sound going, and the sound just keep growing with every new artist that comes out. It's a culture now, you know what I'm saying? I guess people really understand what I was doing now. You know what I'm saying? 6 years
now they
ago.
see. Now they see. Absolutely. So Cal, can we cue the track up while I ask him this last question? All right. You got it queued up? We're gonna let the people listen to it, the new track. Before we get into the new track, talk a little bit about it, what it's about, the name of the track, what it's about, and what the hell was you doing when you wrote this track? Where was you at?
I was in the loft. Me and my engineer Swift, he actually produced this beat. Super producer, powerhouse young man that's coming up out of Atlanta. He's dope. I mean, I just got a lot of respect for him and his talent level, and it's just an empowerment record. It's a self motivational record. I feel like how Ain't I was, it was like Ain't I. People could relate to that. You know what I'm saying? It made you feel good. It made you want to say Ain't I. This track Win makes you want to say win. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is trying to win, and I think that's everybody's goal is to win in some form or fashion in life. No matter if you're working a 9 to 5, no matter if you an artist, no matter if you a athlete. The motto is to get the job done and get a victory. Do what you do the best to the best of your ability and win. And I think I feel like it's another one of them Ain't I records. I think it's a self-empowerment record. It's something that everybody can find themselves saying. I feel like the hook is very catchy. I feel like the flow on it is very catchy. And this the new one right here. This what I'm going with. Y'all will be seeing it right now. It's everywhere. You can get it on Google Play, Apple, it's on Spotify, it's on Tidal, everywhere you probably can download music. You go search it, Win Young LA, WIN Young LA. It'll pop up everywhere. So we've officially released it Wednesday.
Okay.
And then we did the first single release party yesterday, Josephine Lounge. Shout out to 94.5 and shout out to Carrie and all the promoters who had something to do with that. and just making it a movie. And like I say, I feel like this one of the ones.
All right, so we're gonna get into the track. Go ahead and introduce your track, and then we're gonna let the people hear what you got going on.
This is the new street single. Alert, alert, alert. We right here live. Hip Hop Daily. Win. This is a big alert. Let's get it. Win.
Pay attention, y'all. Live hiphopdaily.tv. The plug.
The Bentley look like we winning.
So speaking of new artists, there's this whole transition in the way the sound of the music is sounding now on the radio, mainstream wise. I don't want to say it's horrible, but it is horrible. So I don't even know who any of them are. First of all, I know like 2 of them. So let's not even talk about the freshman cover. That's a whole nother. That's a whole nother show. But how do you feel about the transition of the music since you've been in the industry? I'm sure you've seen a big transition. How do you feel about it?
I feel like right now people sticking with their guns. I mean, like you say, it's a lot of people have their opinions on the music and different things like that. I think it's a single game right now. I think the game is not an album game. Mm-hmm. It's not about who has the hottest album. It's about whose song is the hottest in the club right now, all over the world. Mm-hmm. So if you're an artist who can make single after single, then you're going to be around right now in this wave for a long time. The game is based off radio and singles, and I think everything that you hear on the radio is the hottest stuff that's in the club. If it's not hot in the club, then it's not really, doing it on the radio. I mean, you have different genres of music. I'm just speaking on urban. You know, I'm speaking in the urban category because you have different genres of music, you know, that are probably not club records, but are some of the biggest records. Right. But as far as on the urban scene, I think like right now it has to be singles. If you can make single after single, you good. You know, at the time it used to be album sales. People wanted
to listen to a whole project at some point.
A whole project, you know.
That's going to be my next question. Like, do you feel like that's a big issue or a big problem that it's just, you know, single based and nobody's really, you know, putting work into making like an album or making that sound or making the album flow? They just throwing singles and they putting it on the mixtape.
I mean, you have your artists out here who still value that, you know, as making a dope album and still want to make dope projects. Right. And I feel like that is a passion that you have, you know, but at the same time you have some artists who are artists that target singles, you know, because like you say, if you on the radio, you know what your royalties are, you know you popping, you know them checks coming every 3 months. Right. So I want to have the hottest club record, and I want to stay on the radio, and I want to make sure that my show money stays at a certain level, and that's what the radio helps. So I mean, when you're an artist who can come with single after single, I mean, not to knock nobody, but I mean that's a good position to be in. Mm-hmm. I feel like the game is just changing, you know.
Yeah.
Like everything changes in time with music, and I think that's where we at right now. I mean, you just have to, when the game changes, you have to be a versatile artist and be able to be into wherever the game is going to stay relevant, you know. That's what I feel like.
Okay, that I agree. That's a good question. But I know that you're probably wondering why I have this cup right here.
It's a raffle, look like.
It do look like I wish we was winning some shit, right? Everybody, you get a car. But no. So look, we have a segment on here. It's called Truth or Truth.
Okay.
We don't tell anybody about this segment. It's not in your email or anything like that, so don't worry. You didn't overread it. It's cool. I didn't include it. It's cool. So we don't let anybody know about it, but this is like a compilation of questions from maybe like the past 3-4 shows. We try to keep as many as possible. Okay. They're random questions. They could be business questions, personal questions, whatever. But we're going to have you pick. What'd you say, Cal? 3 questions?
3 questions.
Pick the raffle, y'all.
3 questions.
Going down.
All right.
No plead the fifth.
And they gotta be good questions.
Can't plead the fifth. You ain't
cannot plead the fifth. You gotta answer the question truthfully. So I'll let you pick a question. Pick your first question, and then you read it, and you have to answer it truthfully.
Yee. Ben look like we win.
We got Dr. Seuss in there, so
what do you think?
We just talked about that.
We
just talked about that one. Take that one out.
So that's what we just talked about?
Yeah, that was the one we just talked about.
Dr. Seuss. Okay.
There's some in there.
Okay, cool.
It is. There's some in there. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm with that. Oh, we got this one scratched out, so I guess this is a no-go too, right?
Oh my God. Who's been messing with our questions?
Who messed up the raffle?
Who messed up our raffle?
Going for the big.
There's one that says free iPad on the bottom.
Oh shit! Oh, let's get it.
What's in your CD player now?
My CD player right now in my car.
Or your iPod or whatever.
I just have a thing about when I record records in the studio, just putting it in my email and just listening to it to critique my music. I'm a fan of a lot of artists right now. I don't really have a favorite, but I'm a fan of music. So I think it varies for me, but most of the time I'm probably Ryan just listening to shit out my email just to make sure shit on point. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I'm just being real, but I'm a fan of everything that's going on right now in the music. I think it's a lot of trendy and unique shit going on right now, and I think a lot of people are very unique. I think these new artists that are coming out, they have something that they're very edgy. You know what I'm saying? The young guys that's coming out, and I think that's dope. That a lot of these guys are comfortable in their skin,
like
being unique and being different.
Yeah,
you know,
like
I think that's what made artists since day one. If you look back at Missy, is a great example of being outside the box, being different, and just being unique, and just going for what you want to go for and being bold. And I think it's a lot of boldness right now in these new artists, and I'm fucking with it because that's what I stand for: setting trends, being unique, and being a trendsetter.
That was a good question. That was a good one. I'm trying to get. No, I'm just playing.
I'm trying to mix it up.
You
got some big
questions.
Okay.
I have a couple of them in there. Yeah, I'm trying to find that free iPad.
You got some big. I think I see the one carry iron. I'm gonna see, can I see what I can do? I don't know. See what we can put together.
Something. Oh, it's one thing your ex would warn your future partner about you. Oh, that's a good question. One thing your ex would warn your future partner about you.
I'm moody as hell.
You moody?
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm an Aries. So some days it's like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I can get in my mode. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to all the Aries out there. But for real, I'm genuine though, you know what I'm saying? Very genuine person. If I fuck with you, I fuck with you the whole way, the long way, the strong way. No cut on it, you know. Very genuine guy, you know what I'm saying? So thank God. That's what.
That would be it. That's you moody. So it's gotta, you know,
give
it that space.
That'd be something to warn me about. Like when I'm in my mood, just leave me alone. It ain't going down. It ain't gonna work.
Just stay out the way. Man, I'll call you later.
I'm gonna fuck with you in a minute.
Give me a minute.
All right, that was a good one. All right, you get one more.
Alright, I get one more, y'all.
One more.
See if I can crack the big
free
question.
iPad.
Free iPad. Man. Free iPad.
Is that supposed to say music? Oh yeah, why music?
Nah, we gotta get another one.
We want something else. Let me see what this white shit got on it, man. Cause there's a lot of orange. And there's a couple white.
It might be the iPad. We'll never know.
Let's see what I can do, man. We live. Hip Hop Daily is going down. Your favorite comedian.
Alright, that's a new one. That's a new one.
Y'all fuck with them?
That's alright.
As just all time or just comedians?
In general.
For me, Chris Tucker, Mike Epps, that he had, you know what I'm saying? I like the Chris Tucker, especially with him being from here and what he did, you know what I'm saying, in his career. I say my top two, Chris Tucker, Mike Epps. Probably got to put Martin in there somewhere. Yeah. Those are my top three.
Okay. Right. That was a different question. I like that one. That's why I went.
That's my top three.
That was a new one. We didn't got that one yet.
You can't disagree with that top three.
No, I can't. Those are three good ones. I was surprised you didn't say Kevin Hart.
Yeah, no, Kevin Hart he the shit. You know what I'm saying? He funny as hell. But for me, just like my favorites,
the originators.
Yeah, like you know, Martin had so many different characters and shit. You know what I'm saying? He was hell.
Man.
And Chris Tucker with the screaming and just all the crazy shit. And Mike Up, that man extra silly, like he played too much for real. That man played too much.
That's the one thing that made Martin so dope is that his commitment to be that character. You forget that it's him.
All day, every time.
That man with Shanae.
You forget that that's him. You think Shanae is an actual person.
You think that's Shanae?
It's Martin. No, whole time.
All three of them play too much. That's serious. Play too much.
Well, I like your choice. I can't argue with that. So that's a good choice. Good choice.
Play three much.
And he's coming out with a new stand-up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Martin, he's about to come out with a new stand-up.
Oh, that's
gonna be dope. It's been a while since he's done it. It's been a minute.
Speaking of shout out to Martin, I got Martin season 2 coming in the mail. That's what I'm talking about.
Man. You got season 2 coming.
I'm excited for this.
Man, everybody, like, if you watch cable, y'all ass sit at the house and watch Martin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
If ain't nothing else to watch, but it's on all day. Y'all turn to 71, boy. Yeah, goddamn. Hey, man. Shanae though, man. Word way.
Oh, man.
I ain't gonna need.
All right, y'all. Well, we got a little bit into his business. I guess that's okay. I guess I'll leave.
For the rope.
Oh, we got.
Yeah,
we got to do
one. At least one more. At least one. We got one juicy question, but he answered it kind of safe.
Reach for that iPad.
Alright, I'm with you, bitch. I'm trying to get him, put my B9E out there.
There we go. That's a good one. Your craziest groupie experience.
Alright.
I know you got a good one. You gotta have a good one. Got to.
Man.
Where was you at?
Probably like on the road. We was like El Paso, right there by Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
And like the Spanish chicks, like, I mean, me and at that time being around, you know, me, Tip, Dro, like, we had the whole flow, like, it was chicks lined up, bro, like, like, we had the whole flow, and they were just, like, lined up, like, in the line, like, waiting to just go crazy, like, in and out, like, go crazy session. It was crazy. It was like, at that point, that was like some shit. I was like, this shit get deep.
Yeah, it gets real.
This shit get real deep.
It gets real.
I'm talking about like over probably a 15 piece.
I believe it.
And they waiting to just every door they come in, I'm for with the bull. I mean, every door open, they with the bullshit in and out. It was a long night that night.
It's a long night.
It was a long night, bro.
I can imagine.
Nah, for real. Like, I'm like, damn. Malcolm in the middle of me, man. Switcheroo me, man. Quick. Hey, man. Switcheroo. Nah, for real. But nah, I mean, that was probably one of the craziest. Just
that's a good one.
I'll take like crazy.
I'll take that one. That's interesting. I always pictured it kind of being like that, but you confirming that it really is like that. That's crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
I thought I was just exaggerating. Like, oh, you got bitches lined up at the door.
For real.
No,
Like,
they really do.
No,
they really do.
Lined up. Man, ready for the bull.
Bust it open,
Man, ready for the bullshit. They was on ready for with the shit.
All right.
With the shit. Damn. Shout out to my boy Lo. He said, damn. Yeah,
all right, y'all. Well, we're going to take a short break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk a little bit about the new project and everything you got coming up.
All right.
So we're going to take our last music break, and then we'll be back. It's your girl, Karen Michelle, DJ Kyle. Special guest, Young LA in the building.
We in the building.
Live HipHopDaily.tv. We'll be back.